It is a hot one here at 3rivers Stadium in Richland, Washington, as we have the penultimate, the second to last game on our SWX schedule for the Tri-City Badgers FC, Tri-Cities Badgers FC. I'm Kevin Rons alongside Jason Quintero. And Jason, bit of a change in how we were supposed to do this game. Cultures United had to forfeit their contest, so we're going to have a friendly against 3rivers Soccer Club, the under-18 club. How does that change, do you think, for either one of these teams?
Well, obviously, with it not being a league game of importance, you're looking to just kind of stay healthy, stay fit, keep your touch in looking forward to the rest of the season if you're the Badgers. And obviously, keep it hydrated. It's going to be a hot one today.
Speaking of hot, it's going to be triple digits, if not the entire match, almost the entire match. How do you handle that as a soccer player? Thankfully, we have unlimited substitutions and re-entry to deal with that, but how do you handle that as a player?
Yeah, I mean, and the good thing is we talked with the coaches' staff before. They both have big, full rosters today. There is unlimited subs. There is re-entry. There's all that stuff. So it's just going to be continuing to cycle players through, making sure they get well hydrated here and in some shade in the sideline and back at it.
Well, we got a couple of Tri-Cities Badgers ready to talk to Jason here as we get going on with the pregame show. You're watching Tri-Cities Badger FC Soccer on SWX. Welcome back to Tri-Cities Badgers FC Soccer. Let's check in with Jason, who's got a very familiar face for Tri-Cities soccer fans.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm here with Chase Potter, Tri-Cities Prep, Pasco High School alum, heading to Gonzaga here in a few weeks. Chase, playing here with the Badgers in a friendly, in 100-degree heat. What do you hope for today and looking forward to the next couple weeks on your way to Gonzaga?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity today to play with and against a bunch of very good players, kind of from all around Eastern Washington. I think that a lot of people should know how much talent there is in Eastern Washington, and anyone who watches the game today is going to be lucky enough to get to watch a whole bunch of talent on both sides of the field.
Even though we're from Tri-Cities and we're kind of used to this heat, today is especially hot. Anything you're going to do in particular to make sure you're fresh throughout 90 minutes?
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot out today, but you got to play through it. I think I'm pretty used to it. I've been drinking some very salty drinks with lots of electrolytes before the game. Just stay hydrated and hope that the fitness that I've worked on kind of shows today.
And that's one thing I wanted to touch on. You're a avid workaholic in terms of shape and fitness and all that stuff. Do you feel like you might have an advantage over some of these guys? Maybe been off a couple weeks. A lot of these guys were over in Hawaii for regionals, but they've been off a week or two. Do you have a leg up on them?
I think yes. That's kind of why I do what I do and why I work out and train so much. I think that's kind of the point of it, is to kind of gain a step on everyone else and be different and kind of go above and beyond what everyone else does, and that's kind of how you separate yourself. So yeah, I definitely think with the work I've been putting in lately and just throughout my whole life, I think that it's going to separate me and continue to separate me as I continue to try to be different and go above and beyond what other people do. So yeah, that's a big thing for me. Because as you grow on and get to higher levels, it's the little things that make a difference. So maybe it's just drinking water before games. Maybe it's sleeping well the night before. So all those things I try to do just to gain a little advantage of everyone I go up against.
That's awesome. That's great stuff. Well, Chase, good luck today. And we're going to have another interview with Victor right after this. Quick word from our sponsors.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm here with Julian Reyes, the number 8 today. Julian, what a little bit of change, last-minute plans. Cultures United had to forfeit, playing a friendly against local youth club, 3rivers Soccer Club. What changes for you, knowing that this was a league game as of not too long ago, and now it's just a friendly, looking forward to tonight's contest?
I mean, there really is no change to it, but we just got to go out and show these guys what Badgers are and what we can do. And most of all, just play simple because it is really hot out, and, you know, we might lose some legs today, but we have subs, so we'll be fine.
For sure, for sure. And then the broadcasts we've had and the games that I've watched before, it seems like quite a few of the Badgers players are very versatile in terms of playing different positions, playing different formations. With it so hot today, is that part of it too, where you might have to go play right back, you might have to go play up top, you might have to go play center back just because guys are kind of falling left and right because of the 100 degrees out?
Well, we have plenty of players that can play many positions, which is very good, but I feel like all of our players are capable enough to play each and every position. So, I mean, that's what makes us who we are.
And have you particularly done anything different today or in the past hour or so to prep for this heat that we're somewhat used to here in Tri-Cities, but this is kind of crazy?
Just drink plenty of water and just stay myself out the sun. And, yeah, just stay in the shade because it's really hot out.
Cool. All right. Well, Julian, good luck today.
Thank you.
Kevin, we'll head back to you.
Much as the Badgers, they didn't really want to wait for us. Unfortunately, they did have a situation where the game was already underway because it is 103 degrees or whatever it is out there, and so they didn't want to have people just standing around. So they are out and about, ready to go, and so we thank them for getting a couple of the pregame interviews done. So it is Three Cities Badgers FC. They are playing the 3rivers Soccer Club, the boys 06 to 07 age group. I'm having to learn these sort of terminology for hockey and for now for high school soccer. Everything is based on birth year. And even that is a little bit of a fudge. It's August 1 to July 31. But Jason's back up into the booth with us right now. And Jason, first off, I know you are like the head poobah of the 3-Rivers Soccer Club, but we do at least so don't coach from the press box.
I'll try my best. Try my best not to, but it's cool seeing these young guys getting a chance to see, play against what the kind of next level is. A lot of these Badgers players, of course, are either current college players or just recently graduated. For the most part, college players, as we see a great little through ball there from I think that's Sergio Ruelas. But yeah, no, it's going to be a really fun day as long as everyone stays, healthy and well hydrated, and obviously the referee is going to be doing water breaks throughout the day as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge part of this. Unlimited subs. It is a friendly, not a league game, as we talked about in the open, which means there's a little bit more flexible in the rules that you can play with. As see Chase Potter dishing it out there out to Julian Reyes. Spoke to us prior to the game. No score as of yet, and we've already got one of the players, Sergio Ruelas, has got so hot that the shirt is half off when he received the pass. The 3-Rivers FC. Starting in goal for the Badgers tonight is Miguel Chavez. No, actually, sorry, Dylan. Oh, you told me how to pronounce this last time. Isasi?
Isasi, yeah.
Isasi. All right. He's wearing 19. He's 1 on the sheet. I can get easily confused. Should have gone with my instincts is what I should have done. Badgers in the orange jerseys with the black numbers and white trim. 3-Rivers FC in the white jerseys with the black letters, the red logo up front. They're off on the road next weekend to a big, cool soccer showcase. Where's that going to be at?
They'll be up in the kind of Tacoma, Puyallup area at a showcase, college showcase event up there. And a lot of these guys just finished out their last season, especially these 2007s. They're in this group, and the 2006s actually, over in Hawaii for their regionals for last year. So kind of start of a new year here for this 3-Rivers U19 team.
Okay, and these are all kids that are going to graduate either this upcoming school year or the year after. There's not a ton for the year after. There is 3 or 4 of them. But they're really mostly kids that they're going to be good. They're going into their senior year of high school as that ball goes side out. That's a volleyball term. Victor Cadinez will throw it in, finds Potter. Kind of fun. The other fun thing is you get to see a lot of fun combinations of Pasco and Chiawana and Richland and Hanford and all these kids that, during the high school season, there's going to be no love lost and plenty of smack talk. But obviously, when you get into these club seasons, they're going to be looking to play together, try to find ways to go. What a beautiful through ball by Potter. Up front, left foot up and over the bar. That is Miguel Chavez. The scorer of the first goal ever in Tri-Cities Badgers FC history.
It's good trivia right there.
For your useless trivia fact of the day.
Kind of a slashing run there by Chavez across the face of the defense of 3-Rivers, and Chase Potter did well outside of the foot to find him in a little gap, put him in. Miguel obviously still has the fantastic mullet and mustache combination going that I hope he keeps all summer. Here he is again tackling on the ball.
I can't imagine that doesn't get hot. It'll be fun to see kind of the different. I mean, we're going to see full rosters. Everybody that's on a roster for today's game is going to get some time. Simply because it's too hot to not give as many kids, as many players, an opportunity to play as possible.
Yeah, and things look. I mean, it's been a pretty good start to this match already. Things look crisp, and as I say that, there's a hospital ball, but things look pretty crisp and quick moving. But I'm sure the 90th minute will look very, very, very different.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where we're at. A 3-0 game might not have quite the intense final minutes, whereas a 1-1 game or 1-0 game, it might ratchet up. All of a sudden, the competition starts to go through. Crossing pass for Chavez, a little off the mark, and that'll be a goal kick. So big shout out to our crew that's out on the elements today. Hot temperatures for the next few days or so. In fact, probably through at least next weekend when we have our final broadcast for the Tri-Cities Badgers FC. That will come up on Saturday. That is scheduled to be against the Surf, the Eastern Washington Surf Club. But as we talked about, it was supposed to be Cultures United tonight, and we don't always. We have to be flexible. Get ready to go. Here's FC. It was joked with us before the contest that 3rivers FC might be the smallest team that's in their particular league, and you're of course intimately familiar with that.
Yeah, I mean,
not a lot of size there.
Alvaro, the center back, has good size on him, but and O'Neal playing center mid, wearing number 11. But yeah, for the most part, there's a lot of smaller guys in this squad, kind of undersized, especially the rest of center mid besides O'Neal, and you've got Joel Diaz in there and those kind of players. And here goes Diaz here, well won and sprayed wide.
This SWX broadcast brought to you by Wriggle Plumbing. Good plumbing makes life better. Tonight's game also presented by Draftco Designs for the best and most unique homes and buildings that a Draftco designs. Chase Potter looking up, trying to find Miguel Chavez. Nicely defended there by 3rivers. Oh, a nice little bit of work there as well, as they find somebody who's not on my roster. Tyler Axel has it out right. Now, good defense there by Badgers FC, trying to find. Oh, I think they were really trying to find Caleb Peralt.
A double face.
Now down the sideline, Godinez has a little bit of space on the left side. That's closed up quickly. Looking, finds Chavez. Now back out to Sergio Ruelas. To Julian Reyes. That'll bounce off of a defender and find its way into the hands of the Goldie. So no score. We're in the 12th minute of this one here. 3rivers Soccer Club, a team full of largely seniors, or soon to be seniors in high school, and a few juniors. Trying to follow the path of what they see number 16 in orange doing, Chase Potter, get that opportunity to go on play college soccer someplace. An opportunity here to see maybe a little bit of what that level of talent requires and looks like. Axel, right side. Fancy footwork there. Gabriel Mendoza will bounce it back. Mendoza, part of that Pasco team that finished in 3rd place at the state tournament this past year. They'll obviously be disappointed with that. But still, trophy coming back to campuses of Pasco High School. Sassi will pick that one up. Nice leisurely stroll out to the left. You get indeed the sense that nobody's in a real huge hurry and ready to go 100%.
You saw that in the last 3rivers possession as well, too. Like, it's kind of already calmed down here after 12 minutes, where the first 10 minutes was kind of wham-bam, kind of pinball-ish. And I think you're going to find kind of longer possessions for the rest of this game here, or until we get the water break and the subs in and all that.
Cardenas down to Ruelas. He splits a pair of defenders. Now back to Chavez out in the center. He's going to try to shift the sides of the field. He goes between a couple of his teammates in orange. Out wide, Nathan Alvarado finding Reyes. Into the center to find Chavez. He'll go out wide. Nice crossing there, and
Actually, it didn't turn out to be nice of a cross from Ronald Madrano.
Took a deflection there, though, so they do win the corner. And
So
Madrano, you're going to see that. He plays as a 6 here, one of the 2 6s here for the Badgers, and you'll see him floating out wide right and out wide left, kind of giving support for those wing backs when they make their runs into the corner. Very active player, even in 100 degrees.
First substitutions in the game, Alfredo Jimenez in for Tri-Cities Badgers FC, Carlos Cardenas for 3rivers Soccer Club, and Jonathan Lopez. The kid out of Boardman. Got 5 players here from, 5 players from Oregon on this 3rivers Soccer Club. 2 from Hermiston, 2 from Boardman, and 1 from Milton Freewater. So I'd imagine if you get too many talented kids down there, you're going to start to wake up the beast that is the Umatilla County and try to create their own things down there.
Well, it's cool to see those kids coming up and making the drive up here. What is difficult for those boys as well, and some of them do a fantastic job of it, is, as you know, Riverside High School and Boardman, they'll be playing boys soccer as Oregon does in the fall. So a lot of those boys are pretty hardcore in terms of what they can commit to, and they still make the best out of doing the club season here in Washington, which is in the fall for these older boys, since they do in Washington play high school soccer in the spring. But some hardcore committed guys from down Boardman area, and we get kids from Umatilla and Milton Freewater, even as far as LeGrand and Pendleton as well.
Yeah, Hermiston doesn't have that same level of problem since their high school teams compete in the WIAA
Right.
and go by the Washington schedules. But yeah, you get down to Boardman, Pendleton, Milton Freewater, and all of that is the little lefty.
Ooh.
Nice.
Good save, Moises Nino there.
What's this? Nino, the kid out of Chiawana, who was, I can't remember which one was first team and which one was second team between Baye and Nino. But that was just watching those two go at each other, or try to, within the Pasco-Chiawana rivalry, was just really super fun. Joel Baye and Moises Nino. Another corner here for the Badgers. Reyes will line it up, get into the middle, knocked away by Nino. So 3rivers Soccer Club. Going to be a whistle there as one of a late attempt at it. Justin O'Neill, one of the few juniors on this 3rivers Soccer Club team. I'm going to cheat a little bit of your roster here and figure that coming up, of course, Pasco and Chiawana are always great in the boys season, but got several Richland players in here, which makes me think that Richland might be wanting to get into that conversation as a top 2 team out of the MCC.
Yeah, Octavio Duvall always does a great job there getting those boys ready. There's a few Hanford boys in the mix as well. Coach Gustavo Gonzalez has some talent coming up as well, and I kind of joke with Gustavo all the time. He always seems to get a couple really good foreign exchange students somehow. I don't know if he's, as Moises Nino lets that go, I don't know if he's scouring, foreign exchange websites and recruiting these kids in, but somehow he always seems to grab a couple really good ones.
Who was why am I blanking, the Southridge kid that had his brother played for Tri-Cities Badgers FC?
Muhammad.
Yeah,
Muhammad. Yep. And he had been over in,
yeah.
So he was over in Bosnia there towards the end of last year, trying to make his way with a pro team. I think he's heading back in early August, late July as well. His brother Ahmed played earlier this summer. He's still with his team, and he'll be back. But yeah, no, Muhammad's a heck of a player. Played for us over here at 3rivers as well. Good speed, good vision, and dangerous on the ball in 1v1 situations.
More substitutions as rotating in Ayman Chagron, number 14. 3rivers also making a couple of substitutions, but I've lost where they went to. Like one of them was Adrian Arangier. Now their first chance, really of this game, first 18 minutes of this one, that's the first opportunity that 3rivers has had in the 18-yard box.
Carlos Madrigal did a good job of continuing his run, putting himself in a dangerous position in the box.
Carlos Madrigal, the other substitution who I couldn't remember. Now we're going to see yet another for Three Rivers FC. Tate Rzauskas. Another Richland, soon to be senior. That one low. Didn't really have much of a chance to get by anybody. Gets a second opportunity though. Down to O'Neill. He's gonna try to cross one to Tyler Axel, and he just couldn't get it down.
Really good service by O'Neill there, kind of going away from the box and to wrap your inside of your foot around that ball and get it out away from the goalkeeper, leave it in a dangerous place for your attackers to go and win it. Fantastic service there by the big man who found himself out wide after that corner kick.
Ethan Fajardo coming into the lineup for Tri-Cities Badgers FC. Starting to already see the substitutions. I'm sure they'll become even more prevalent in the second half. As most of these players that are out there have been out there for the whole 20 minutes we've been doing this, plus national anthem and warm-ups. And Reyes looking down the sideline. Finds Alfredo Jimenez. He cannot chase it down, though. He somehow, despite the fact that he was 3 feet behind the goal, he was able to center it right in front of the goal. So
got his hips around it. And Alfredo's fun to watch, too, because you'll see him play center back, outside back. He can play up top. He's really growing up, has played everywhere all over the pitch, and he can do a job anywhere for you.
the goal kick goes out of bounds off of Three Rivers. So it'll be Tri-City Badgers FC ball. Godinez will have it at midfield. Looks down, finds Jimenez, left side. Little triangle work there. Goes all the way back. That's Giovanni Carranza trying to find something deep, just a little wide on the pass. 22nd minute here. We should be seeing a stoppage anytime for water. It'll be somewhere around the 22nd, 23rd minute, usually whenever the first stoppage or the ball seems to have kind of lost momentum at that point. Potter looking left, sees Godinez, that he'll get it to Reyes. Reyes finds a little bit of an opening. They work down the right side of the field. Should run down to the right, trying to cross it into the center, can't. Arangier gonna get control of it for Three Rivers, but a little bit of a loose touch there, but he was able to get it back. Is the Three Rivers Soccer Club. So midway through the first half, nope, goal as of yet. Throw in for the Badgers. If you missed the beginning of our show and contest tonight, and nope, there we got the water break. All right. So we'll take a water break here. But if you missed the start of our broadcast, this was originally supposed to be Badgers FC versus Cultures United, an in-league contest. Unfortunately, Cultures United did forfeit, I want to say Thursday night, something like that. And so really quickly, this all came together, and Berto and the Three Rivers coach got a chance to talk to each other and said, hey, feel like playing a soccer match on Saturday, and 103.
Yeah, and why not? It's a good opportunity, I think, for everybody to stay loose here. Obviously, the weather isn't ideal, but you already had, the field booked and the refs booked and paid for and all that stuff. So, obviously, Kevin Rounce put aside everything for his Sunday to be here, and we're gonna do this dang thing.
Yeah, there was
was some air conditioning at home that was calling my name. My wife's already been out to the pool once. She's talking about going out again, so.
Don't blame her. But no, it's a good opportunity for, especially these younger guys, for 3rivers. Obviously, probably future Badgers, some of them future Badgers players down the road as they, get into college age and all that stuff and beyond. And you'll even see a few older guys here with the Badgers, such as Ronald Madrano, who played D1, back in the day. He's probably, early 30s now or so, but definitely something they can hang their hat on. There's really no pressure on them today, being so young. And sometimes when you're young and you've got nothing to lose, good things can happen. You actually play more free. So it's good to see them getting a few attacking chances here. Badgers have been the more dangerous team so far. Probably 3 or 4 corners already, including one that we missed when we were before we got on the air here. But yeah, no, I think Badgers for the most part have been more dangerous going forward. So with some good possessions here by 3rivers as well.
And very nice of 3rivers Soccer Club to put out tents for both teams. This was nice of them that both squads have a tent to their name and carrying the 3rivers logo and everything. So that's very nice of you guys over there.
Hey, we try
to do that and,
we try.
And help those folks
Yeah.
out. What's the hottest game you've ever played?
I mean, this is probably it right here. Probably 100-ish or so.
100-ish or
Yeah.
so? It's just, I mean, how quickly in the contest do you start to go, what are we doing
Well,
here?
it depends. If I was 16, I could do it. But,
Oh. Not today.
But
okay.
no, not today at
No.
all. Absolutely. No, it's weird because there's FIFA kind of guidelines, but those are regionalized as well, where a 95-degree day here is a lot different than a 95-degree day in Portland, in Seattle.
yeah.
Just what they're used to and what we're used to, as we talked about a bit in the pregame with a couple of the players, is a lot of these guys grew up practicing and playing this their whole lives, and it's no big deal. And then you'll have Seattle teams, Portland teams, they'll come over here and play when it's 82 degrees, and you've got them begging the refs for water breaks and things like that. And it's kind of like, well, this is this is an early morning for us. This is kind of typical Tri-City stuff, but no, it's and especially on turf, as you know, the temperature on the turf can 5 to 15 degrees higher in some cases, and there's been some good advancements with turf technology where it's not as bad as it used to be when you had the first generation AstroTurf, but it's still not definitely ideal to be in this heat on turf.
I couldn't imagine doing this on the old, just
the carpeted concrete.
carpet,
Yeah.
the rubber carpet.
Yeah.
Where it just literally is melting to the ground underneath, and you're just even walking on it hurts.
Yep, I've got scars on my thighs from slide tackling back in the 90s on that stuff, and it was rough back then. Walking uphill to school both ways, it was wild.
Eli Sanchez will rotate in after the break. As we've hit the midpoint, or just about the midpoint. Have no fear about the clock continuing to run. For those of you unfamiliar with soccer, nothing stops the clock except the referee at the halftime and end of the game. Pass works its way off of a head and a thigh into the hands of Moises Nino. But his pass goes a little bit errant. Now it's at the foot of Chase Potter. He's going to go left, or go for the left side of the goal. It goes wide, so that'll be a goal kick. So far, Jason, we still got some barriers on these 2 goals. We're not able to break the glass on this.
Yeah, and the last one was really well struck by Chase Potter. Couldn't get it on target, but you kind of feel one coming here for the Badgers if you give them enough chances. And kind of that sloppy giveaway that you just saw after the corner kick there as well. If you're 3rivers, as they look to go long over the top here for Adrian, easily headed back and dealt with. But if you're 3rivers, those quick possessions like you just saw there, the one giveaway before that, those are going to get exhausting because you're going to find yourself chasing against a very good Badgers team in possession.
Well, Badgers get possession with Godinez. He looks and finds Potter out at midfield. As they work it around. Now over to Reyes, who's bouncing around middle, left side, whatever he needs to be. Now, nice defense there by Sanchez. So 3rivers, opportunity, they get to control the possession for a little bit. And Into the center. Nicely held, but challenged there by 3rivers. Handled well, though, by the Badgers. Shagroon down the right side. Finds Jimenez. Ball will get knocked out of bounds, though, and it'll be out of bounds. Tri-City Badgers throw in. Quick throw, Badgers. Trying to find his. Just a little bit sloppy with his pass. Tries to chase it down. Does force the turnover. One thing, for whatever reason, I remember about soccer is the concept of triangles, and you'll see them form in different places and different styles. That's nice defense there by 3rivers.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's kind of that whole depth and width thing, basic attacking principles, really, and you see it in basketball and hockey as well. It's the most purest, simplest shape to manipulate a defense in. You have height, you have width, you have depth.
So you'll see that sometimes play out where they have three players just kind of working around each other to the ball.
Good turn there by Lopez as a central midfielder, kind of get
Garrett
out of pressure.
has the ball kicked away from him, but it will be a 3rivers throw. Maybe if I call him Double A, I won't get in trouble for mispronouncing his last name. Badgers back, though, so 3rivers trying to reset a little bit. And Badgers force the turnover, but lose it right back. Kind of funny to think that a lot of these guys, particularly anybody who grew up in this area, and so you're looking at some of these guys like Victor Godinez, Chase Potter, Fernando Lopez Vega, if he gets a chance to get out there, like those are guys that have played against these high school kids, this under 19 team, either this past season or the season before. Chavez finds Iman Shagroon. He's triple teamed, trying to get out of it. He can't. Stolen by 3rivers. There's Jonathan Lopez. And they're going to try to find Sanchez down the right side. Eli Sanchez. Right kick, nice stop by Isasi. But that was a quick attack. Victor Godinez trying to play a little defense.
And Godinez thought he had him there. Eli really had a quick little swivel of the hips to get his hips around and get that on target. Not very easy at all. High degree of difficulty, forcing Isasi into a very good save. Isasi did a good job of deflecting that wide as well too, not allowing a rebound central.
So corner kick, 3rivers. Into the center. Knocked away. Going to go off of 3rivers and it'll be Badgers ball. I'd imagine you have to feel like, this is the A squad, 3rivers, but you got to feel pretty good that they're holding their own versus this college and former professional team.
Yeah, no, and like I said before, just the experience. Even if they come out of this with they lose by a bunch of goals or whatever, what you've seen already is going to give you confidence as a young player, as a 16 and 17-year-old player, knowing that you are going up against 20, 22-year-old guys who are really, really in the prime of their athleticism and really held their own.
Sergio Ruelas will rotate in. He has spent, I want to say, about 40% of this first half with his shirt half off of his shorts so they can keep some cool air breeze. "34th minute here, though, with no score. Badgers FC slowly trying to find some sort of opening. Thank you, Jason, and Jason's contacts over at 3rivers Soccer Club for finally identifying number 10 for me as Angel Cardenas out of Hermiston. I'd imagine those two are brothers, or at least cousins, maybe. Both Hermiston, class of 2025. They would either be twins or cousins. That's Cardenas trying again. That's going to be a corner kick. See who takes it. And that's going to be Carlos Madrigal. Left-footed out of the corner. Trying to bend it in towards the center.
Oh.
And off the post! Almost a little back heel kick by Eli Sanchez. I think that's who that was. Lucky break for Badgers FC. Trying to reverse on the attack. Ruelas. He's going to go, and that hit off of, I believe, O'Neal.
Oh, they gave a goal kick. Kind of a.
Or just got ahead
I
of.
thought you're right. Or a funky swerve, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it was. Well, not that he couldn't have hit it with almost a bit of a slice to it. That's where it ended up. But boy, 3rivers. You know, they're probably 3-4 inches from getting this. Watch this. This goes through. Watch the little heel tap by Sanchez, and it just hits the wrong side of the goalpost.
That's the danger of the in-swinging ball there, that when you're taking that left-footed from that corner, is all you need is just a little, you're more looking to redirect it than strike it, really. Deft little touch and almost snuck in the far post there.
Tyler Axel, Kuya Nunamaker. They'll rotate into the lineup for 3rivers. 18 players available for our under-19 squad. Reyes has it, Badgers looking. He's going to try to go cross to Ruelas. A little bit of space there, 1v1, but help comes in the form of Eli Sanchez, so Badgers back it out. Reyes, out wide, that's a little too wide.
Ray is guilty of making the tough stuff look easy and the easy stuff look tough there. He put in a fantastic diagonal ball over the right back's head there to Ruelas, and then kind of shanked the simple 8-yard pass to feet there out wide right after it. But I thought Reyes has done really, really well today. We chatted with him before the game. Really like the way he plays that central midfield position. Works hard.
Julian Reyes from Wenatchee playing for CBC, just finished his freshman season. How nice is it, by the way, to be able to think about that and not have to figure out if it was COVID impacted or not. Get that opportunity just to go and have it be normal. Sanchez up front, now to go out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by Ethan Fajardo. Adrian Aranguer. Well, after the first half looked very much like the Badgers were pretty much in control. The second half has really started to shift a little bit in the favor of 3rivers.
Yeah, they've strung together a couple decent possessions, and they've been varied too, where it's kind of 6-7 passes, then get in behind. You've also seen them just pop Eli. Ooh, nice little touch. Pop Eli Sanchez in over the top with a quick one, and kind of catch the back line of the Badgers off guard.
Miguel Sanchez trying to find, or hope, at least maybe it's more hope that somebody was making a run in behind him, but nice steal there by Ruelas. Ruelas and Sanchez 2v2. Now a bunch of white jerseys get back in time. And now Potter into the middle to Ruelas, who tried to find Potter back, just too many defenders in his way. As the ball will be knocked out of bounds. So rotating in for the 3rivers team will be Carlos Cardenas and Gabriel Mendoza. Throwing for the Badgers out of Alfredo Jimenez. They get it into the center. Alvarado. Back to Carranza now. Potter, they'll work from left to right there. across the field. Turned away, though, by the 3rivers defense, so he searched for another opening. Reyes finds Chavez in the middle. Turns and finds a whole lot of players in white around him. Here goes Adrian Ehringer. Double A down the right side. Try to get past his defenders. The defender falls down looking for a foul, and a whistle is blown. That was Ethan Fajardo. We have another substitution as Jorge Cuevas will rotate in. He's going to come in for Sanchez. Or sorry, Chavez. Miguel Chavez. So Asasi will be the one that kicks the ball off, get things going. As it looks like Adrian giving the indication that maybe he's running out of gas. Now Ruelas over to Sugaru. He's got 3 defenders on him. Using his size to try to keep possession of the ball. Now Reyes way out from goal, but he's also getting nobody on him as he runs into inside the 20 down towards the 18. Cleared out down there nicely by 3rivers. Well, it's back to Fajardo. Trying to find the space. Potter gets it to Shagroon. Out wide, handled nicely out there by Alvarado. They rotate, starting to probe and see if they can find a weakness. Reyes. Back across to Shagroon, looking for help. He's going to go into the center. I'm not sure if he was trying to get it to Reyes and went too hard, or was trying to get it to someone else. Or, yeah, that's Alfredo Jimenez.
Yeah, I think he was trying to find him in his feet, and well read there by Tyler Axel. Tyler Axel playing center back now, it looks like. Started the game up top, out wide on the right. And like we talked about in pregame, it's going to take a lot of people playing a lot of different positions, getting a lot of breaks for other guys, and just getting everyone through this healthy before everyone starts cramping up.
Yeah, you're going to have 4 substitutions at the next stoppage of play. But right now, everybody, I think, is just more than content to see if somebody's going to make an absolute mistake. Ruelas is going to go all the way across the field, get a little bit of a slice to it, and go out of bounds off of 3rivers. I'm going to say that one's off of Nunemaker. Now they're going to try to find either Cuevas or Jimenez down low. It's Cuevas. Right at the edge of the goalie box. Now, Shagroon runs into a 3rivers player. Nothing is called. Advantage or just no penalty. There is one of the players down. That is Jonathan Lopez.
Looks like when Amen was kind of twisting backwards, may have stepped on the 3rivers player there.
Coming in for the 3rivers team will be Joel Diaz. Will be Angel Cadenas. And is number 12, which is Alvaro Gonzalez from Pasco. Victor Cadenas will rotate in. I'm in one of the bigger players that you'll see in this Badger squad. And he certainly is one of the more aggressive players as well.
You've already seen him kind of shield the ball off multiple times. Very strong on the ball.
'44th minute here in the first. Over to Cadenas. working nicely in the left foot. Wide. Nice attempt. Swing there. And by Tate Rzauskas. At least according to my roster, it's Tate Rzauskas. You would know better than I. How many teams does 3rivers have that you have to try to like help manage and make sure get work?
About 2,000 kids.
Okay.
Between 1,900 and 2,000 kids in the program. Yeah.
That's all?
That's
Come
it.
on.
Yep.
You don't know every one of these kids by heart? Come on. Sending Jason down here in a moment to get our halftime interview as we continue to wait for the first point to be scored. Reyes has it. He'll get it out to Fajardo, left side. Now to Ruelas. Oh, they had Potter there for a second. He had some space, but nicely defended by 3rivers. Cleared out. Ball rolling off to the left. Fajardo finds it again. Now they're trying to find Reyes in the middle, defended and stolen up to Cadenas. Now out wide, now back to Cadenas. He's got a little bit of space here in the middle. Right-footed, and he gets it through. Angel Cadenas. Between the legs of the defender and past the Saucy for the goal. 3rivers Soccer Club, first strike. Watch this. Right there, between the legs, off the leg, and the Saucy could not react. Beautifully done by the kid out of Hermiston. So 3rivers Soccer Club strikes first. You heard Jason talking about the idea that when you got really nothing to lose, you're going to play a lot freer. It's not as much pressure in this situation. You can just go out, play soccer, have some fun. Maybe make a really fun and special memory. Saucy having to get rid of it quickly, finds Fajardo over to the left-hand side. Now to Cuevas. Cuevas gets up. Potter, who gives it back to him. Now a little give and go. Potter gets it. Now he's going up against two defenders. And he'll go to the turf. Foul called on Tyler Axel. A couple of Pasco teammates there. Nicely handled by Moises Nino. That's the other fun thing about this particular contest is you get to see Chase Potter, who just graduated, getting ready to go to Gonzaga. He's playing a bunch of kids that he just finished a great season with, a 4th place in state finish season with. A team that, you know, as disappointing as it will be, I mean, they had a 2-0 lead in the semifinals before things kind of went sideways on them. Well, Potter has it. He falls to the ground. Gets back up quickly, though. Knocked down, and then the whistle comes. And out to Shagroon. Iman, a little bit behind his intended target of Alfredo Jimenez. So 3rivers. Out wide. Carlos Cadenas. Now they work it around to the outside, trying to find Nunamaker. Now back in as Cadenas, and Cadenas manning the middle right there as a whistle is blown. Referee stops play, and it'll be 3rivers free kick from the 25. Have a few minutes here of stoppage time. In fact, it might just about be over, as the referee indicating they were going to try to make a sub, but he pointed to his watch, called off the sub, pointing to his watch, and said, "This is pretty much it," I think is what his indication was. So 3rivers, as soon as Sergio Ruelas gets to where he's supposed to be, going to take one from deep, doesn't go anywhere, and that'll be the end of the first half. So
Three Rivers Soccer Club strikes first and holds the 1-0 lead with a late goal here in the first half. Get down to Jason in here in just a moment. Do want to thank the Tri-Cities Badgers Football Club, who are sponsored by Bawaida Brazilian Grill, an authentic Brazilian steakhouse, and the Ramos Group, a proud sponsor of the Tri-Cities Badgers Football Club. You can find them on Facebook, Tri-Cities Badgers FC, also on as well with their website, tricitiesbadgersfc.com, and you can find out their schedule, their rosters. They've got another game coming up on Saturday, so we'll have that game on SWX. That's the way to get the opportunity. Yeah. Okay. So we're in break right now. Okay. I forgot which headset I was on. I turned the volume up with the wrong headset. Halftime here at Fran-Rish Stadium. Let's head down to Jason Quintero, who's got Badgers FC goalie Dylan Asasi. Jason.
Kevin, I'm here with Dylan Asasi, goalkeeper for the Badgers. Unfortunate timing to interview you here, gaining up a late goal. Obviously not what you guys wanted to see, but what's your thoughts on the first half, and what do you want to see in the second half?
Oh yeah, I think we possessed the ball pretty good the first 25 minutes. I think we had a couple chances to put in. It's just hopefully in the second half we could just fix those up and put in our chances in the second half.
And talk about, just for a second, kind of what it takes as a goalkeeper to have that short memory span. Like that just never happened, and just kind of refreshing your memory and coming back the second half like nothing happened.
No, yeah, it's just coming in, new half, and anything could happen. It's another 45 minutes, so we just got to go in stronger and forget about it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, Dylan. Great luck in the second half. Kevin, back to you.
All righty. So thank you so much, Jason and Dylan here, as we'll take a look at some highlights now from the first half of this one. Low scoring, of course, but that doesn't mean there wasn't some great plays. Nice job there, Moises Nino with the punch save. And then that, you saw Dylan Asasi with a great save as well. But ultimately, the decider right now, after a little bit of luck. But, boy, man, the Badgers FC, they've had it gotten handed to them here in the second half of that first half. Is a nice goal there by Angel Cadenas. Gets into the back of the net. That's the only, well, mark on the board we have so far. 1-0 Three Rivers over Badgers FC. Of course, a whole second half left to play. This is a friendly game. Unfortunately, Cultures United, the originally scheduled opponent for Tri-Cities Badgers FC, had to forfeit their contest. So right now, to the best of my knowledge, there's one home game remaining that comes up Saturday on for the Washington Surf. Tri-Cities Badgers FC thanks Juanito's Foods for their support. And this SWX broadcast of the Tri-Cities Badgers Football Club is brought to you by Swift Rehab. Take a time out. When we come back, we'll continue our halftime show. And more conversation with Jason Quintero, the expert of experts. When we return, you're watching Tri-Cities Badgers FC Soccer on SWX. You can see Catholic Hospital on a beautiful but hot summer eve here at Fran Rish Stadium. Kevin Rounce along with Jason Quintero. And Jason, it's a friendly, and you never know how maybe friendlies are going to go because not everybody takes them the most seriously. But you got to be, if you're 3rivers, you got to be pretty happy. If you're Badgers, you're probably a little disappointed.
Yes and no, because I mean, like I chatted about earlier, if you're 3rivers and you're a young high school player, you really have nothing to lose, and sometimes that's your best weapon, is playing loose and playing free, and you kind of seen that today, where I think Badgers are more concerned about, this is technically was supposed to be a game day, and now it's a kind of an off day, but you want to stay fit and get fitness and get touches and stay fresh for their game next weekend. So not the end of the world if you're the Badgers, whatever the result of this game is. But yeah, no, definitely proud of the young kids stepping up and taking their chance as well. Got a little deflected goal to slip by the Dylan Asasi's goalkeeper gloves, and they're up 1-0 at halftime.
So yeah, right now there was their EPL, their Evergreen Premier League game was scheduled to be Cultures United today. Unfortunately, that not able to happen. So we're going to look at potentially the last game of the regular season, last home game of the regular season at least, comes up on Saturday against Wa Surf, and you're hoping at that point that you can make some noise, or things have broken in your favor enough that you can get into some level of postseason, and especially for a first-year ball club, that's going to be really nice.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head there towards the end of your comment. Was first years is getting off the ground. These kind of regionalized, call them semi-pro or high-level amateur or whatever you want to call them, these leagues are very much about getting established first, and then maintaining throughout the years, year after year. Players are going to come and go in terms of the level of of athlete that's available year to year, and kids move in, or players move out. Sometimes you're going to have an older roster or a younger roster, but it's kind of all over the board. And then you have these kind of weird happenstance things that don't happen at the highest levels of professional soccer, where you find out on a Thursday that your Saturday game is canceled because there might be financial problems or whatever's going on with your opponent, or whatever, or some weird player availability issues comes up. But that kind of goes with the territory, and at the end of the day, it's just a fantastic opportunity for a lot of local guys and guys from Central and Eastern Washington, as Chase Potter alluded to in the pregame, guys from all over really, to kind of showcase their stuff and play high-level soccer throughout the summer.
And just looking over the standings here in the EPL right now, in the East, Washington East Surf, 19 points leading the way. Tri-Cities Badgers, Spokane Shadow tied at second for 15 points. But Badgers have the better goal differential and more goals scored by a significant amount. In fact, the Badgers have the third most goals scored in the entire league. So this has been a potent team that can find the back of the net when they needed to. And they, of course, will face off against Washington East Surf coming up on Saturday this upcoming weekend. And hopefully we'll get an opportunity to see more and more action as this league and this team continue to develop and try to find, the better footing. Because it certainly feels like soccer is a growing sport in our area, in the state, in the Northwest, and in the country. And so it really feels like you're in a situation where you're going to start to see more and more of these kind of semi-pro club teams.
It is really spreading nationwide, and it used to be, decades ago, you kind of saw this game take off in a big way with certain hot spots throughout the country. A lot of immigrant families would come in, bring the game with them. St. Louis was a big central location for American soccer, 170, 80, 100 years ago. Of course, the big cities of New York and Boston, and in the Northwest, Seattle's always had and Portland has had a really, really good soccer culture for the last 50, 60 years, especially in the NASL helped out a lot with those old Timbers and Sounders teams. But the Northwest is really, really picking up in terms of the surrounding areas now, like Eastern Washington, Eastern Oregon, Northern Idaho, Spokane, those type of places have really become soccer hotbeds as well. And you see more and more of these kind of top-level adult teams springing up and given kind of still young-ish players. I mean, you got like a Ronald Madrano's, he's in his early 30s, but for the most part, tons of 18 through 22-year-olds that whether they play here at Columbia Basin College or you've got like a local kid like Chase Potter who's going to be going away to play in college. And that's the other curveball too, is players come in and out of this roster depending on if they're currently playing college and when their college program starts up. So you heard Chase Potter before the game, you asked him kind of when he plans to take off. He's out in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And so then you have other players that weren't available to play for this team until June, even though the Badgers started playing in May, and it's just kind of all over the place. But again, I keep coming back to just a fantastic opportunity that the Badgers offers for super high level players to continue playing the high level throughout the summer.
As we get ready here, as the clock ticks down and the halftime part, we see Moses Nino out getting an opportunity to get a little warm up and practice in. This SWX broadcast is brought to you by Brigo Plumbing. Good plumbing makes life better. Also, tonight's game presented by Draftco Designs for the best and most unique homes and buildings. Go to Draftco Designs. So we'll send Jason down, get a final conversation with either Alessandro or Berto, one of the coaches. With Tri-Cities Badgers FC, we want to be a little bit kind to him because he is in suit and tie. So he is out there in 103-degree heat, so we want to make sure he's safe and ready to go. But looks like players starting to roll back out. Again, 3rivers Soccer Club. They're in the white jerseys with the red logo on the front. Badgers FC in the orange jerseys with the black letters and numbers. Or black numbers, I guess. I see Jason working his way over there. But it should be a lot of fun. I think that early on, maybe the Badgers were feeling pretty comfortable in control, just knowing it's a matter of time. Then what they did, though, is it seemed like that 3rivers was able to hang around, get some confidence, maybe build up something and find some momentum. And boy, did they find some momentum here in this later portions of the first half. As it looks like a new CBC women's coach, Alessandro, going to be out there and the one having the conversation with Jason. Of course, these two know each other from long, long years ago. And it's always fun to get to see people having a good time. As it does look like there's, unfortunately, one player that's come back out of halftime under the tent. So get that opportunity here. As the referees also watering up. And there's, see, get that all ready to go. Thanks to Scotty down there. You're getting everything set up. We'll just do a quick 30-second conversation. So, all right, Jason, we'll right ahead.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Alessandro Llamas, assistant coach for the Badgers. Alessandro gave up a late goal here in this friendly against 3rivers, but what are you looking to see here in the second half moving forward?
Just looking for a response. I think, great opportunity to showcase for the kids as well. Great team. We told the guys don't take it easy, and I think that's what they did. They took it easy. It came a little lackadaisical, but I think it'll be a good opportunity for us to mimic what potentially could be against Serve for Shadow next weekend. So good preparation, being down 1-0 against a team that's going to work hard. So we're just looking for a response.
Thanks for the feedback there, Alessandro. Good luck in the second half, and hopefully, like you said, important game coming up next week. Hopefully everyone stays healthy this second half.
Absolutely.
All right, Kevin, back to you for the second half.
Thanks so much, Jason, and thank you, Alessandro, for taking a moment here before the start of the second half. One change for sure. In fact, it might be multiple changes, as I think they're changing goalies on either side, as Cameron Perrin has gone into goal for the Badgers. And I don't know that that's Moises Nino. I think, in fact, that's Julian Pachon. Well, he's listed at 43, so actually that'll be Juan Daniel Gonzalez Aguilera from Milton Freewater. That'll be in goal now for 3rivers. So he gets to come into goal with a 1-0 lead. And Badgers will start with the ball. Clock sets to 45. We go to 90 with a stoppage in there for water at about the 67-minute mark. And then once that's done, we go, and time kept on the field by the officials. But Badgers, Sergio Ruel, up to Miguel Chavez, trying to find a little touch. I think that's at the Nathan Alvarado, perhaps. As they get it in, Ruelas. One-on-one with Sanchez. He's going to go out wide, trying to find Cuevas just a little behind him. Jason Quintero back in the booth. He's, I believe, lost 5 pounds going up and down these stairs.
I'll lose some more. I don't care. But, yeah, no, this is I'm just glad we're not at Lamson and there's 860 stairs in between the booth and the field.
That's what the elevator's for, the slowest elevator.
That is the slowest elevator
in the history of mankind.
Yep.
As Cadenas going to get it in turn. Looking to find some space over to his right. Now back to Angel Cadenas. I think that was the Cadenas brothers and or cousins. As Cole Kipe also in the mix there. So Badgers trying to find that same level of play they had in the first half, where it felt like, or at least the first portion of the first half, where it felt like they were just inevitably going to score not just one, but a few goals. The whistle blows. Nice work there by Nathan Alvarado. So Badgers FC maintain possession. Ruelas. Back to Cuevas. Now to Potter. A little bit of a firm touch, but able to handle it. Now they work it forward to the opposite side of the field. Ball picked, though, nicely by 3rivers. Carlos Cadenas has Kipe in front of him. Angel to his right, gets it out to him. Now it's Gabriel Mendoza who has trying to fight for the ball there, but taken away by Badgers FC. Jimenez down the left side into the corner, defended by Sanchez. Pass stolen by Axel. But then Jimenez able to nice slide there, nice grab, gets it out front. Potter, who I was trying to find, I think, a header for Ruelas. Instead, nicely defended by 3rivers. Alvarado has it.
I love that little reverse ball by Jimenez and that idea by Potter just to lift it into his player in the boxes. Kind of a mishit serve here from Martinez, but good combination play there. Good, like that slide tackle by Jimenez as well in the corner. Keep that play going.
Early start or early parts of the second half. 3rivers FC with a 1-0 lead. As we've seen both teams change goalkeepers. Badgers FC. Ball at midfield. Ruelas to Alvarado. Now trying to find Cuevas down the right side. The right back showing some offensive fortitude. Now gets it down to Potter in the box. Turns. Tries to... I think that was somewhere between a shot and a cross. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish.
That was the infamous Shosh.
Because it was up
Shot
in the...
cross.
Because Chavez was on the other side ready for a header to just knock it in. But Juan Daniel Gonzalez Aguilera. Back in goal now. And unlike the high school games where a lot of the coaches have nephews or whomever ready to go and run down soccer balls for you on the back ends of these huge spaces on Fran Rish.
Well, they have had in the quote unquote real league games here. They have had kind of ball kids.
Yeah.
Like a team would come out and be a ball kid, but you saw in the first half these goalkeepers are getting quite a workout, just chasing the soccer ball 40 yards away.
Badgers FC looking for the tying score. That ball bounces off a couple of different, or at least the backs of a couple of different 3rivers players. Miguel Chavez ends up with it there to Reyes. Alvarado looking for some space. Now they're trying to find a cutter. That was Jimenez, but nicely defended there by Aguilera. Going wide or deep for Cole Kipe. Taken though by Badgers. Alvarado has it. Over to Cadenas, then stolen up to Cadenas. Nice look by Perot. Cadenas, right side. He's gonna have to just pass it, I think, back out. Nope, he's gonna try to turn into the middle. Handled there by the Badgers defense.
Just overcomplicating it just a bit there. Had Peralt making his run after Peralt finding the good early forward pass into the target forward's feet and supported the play. Simple layoff will do there, keep the possession.
Badgers FC back on the attack. Chavez has it. Hit from behind. A whistle blows. That's for an injury cramp to one of the Badgers players way on the other side at the 20-yard line.
I thought we'd make it to about 60, 70 minutes before our first cramp.
Cameron Perrin out there helping out.
Yeah, he's asking for a sub here, taking off his captain's armband, giving it to goalkeeper Perrin.
Yeah, Dylan Asasi was the captain of the first half. This is Giovanni Carranza. He's going to go up on the other side. Ayman Shagrun will come in his place. So hope Giovanni's okay.
Carranza coming out and Amen coming in. Looks like Jimenez is going to slot back as a center back here, number 3.
Yeah. Amen seems to be more of the center mid or more of the attacking player. So they'll drop the ball for the Badgers. Alvarado to Martinez. Alex Martinez looking for Potter inside. Chase, the thumbs up. I like what you're thinking there, just I didn't get my foot around it.
He's well trained to basically anytime you're an attacking player and anybody tries to get you the ball, you say, hey, nice try, do it again next time. I'm always open, always.
What are they all wide receivers?
Yes, exactly. Good players always want the ball and always reward the people who try to give it to them.
Tri-Cities Badgers Football Club is sponsored by Boida Brazilian Grill, an authentic Brazilian steakhouse, and the Ramos Group is a proud sponsor as well of the Tri-Cities Badgers Football Club. Big thanks to them being on board this year. Potter has it inside the 15 now, turns towards the sideline. Double teamed there. Knocked away. Badgers FC. Boy, it sure looked after about the first 20 minutes, the Badgers FC, they were firmly in control. And then everything since then has sort of started to slowly shift the way of 3rivers. Which will give these kids a ton of experience and a ton of confidence. We know about the Pascos and the Chihuahuas out of the MCC and occasionally the Richlands, but there's a nice stop there for Gonzalez Aguilera. But it's going to be interesting and fun to see how this sort of can work and help. Hanford and Southridge and Hermiston and even the smaller schools of Boardman, Milton Freewater. Badgers FC take the goal kick and now they are back on the attack. Potter. Chase looks over to his left to get it over to Godinez. Victor Godinez into the middle. Crosses it over. Finds Iman. He's going to go back out to Alex Martinez. He's going to try to let one rip and ends up in the foot of Sergio Ruelas.
A series of fortunate or unfortunate events, depending on who you are. I don't think any of that was intended to happen how it did, but end of the day, Badgers corner kick here.
Yeah, the ball ended up off the foot of one of the defenders. So, Julian Reyes. He'll line up for that corner. A lot of orange in the box, even more white though.
Whoa.
And that one that almost went in on its own, handled there by
Gonzalez cheating the cross there just a bit too much. Almost got caught with the Olympico goal against him.
Badgers, though, maintain possession. Trying to get it either to Chavez or Cuevas. As Cole Kipe knocked off the ball. But 3rivers has it. Kipe going down the left-hand side. Gets the pass from Cadenas.
Tackle.
Nice tackle there by Jimenez. He gets it to Reyes. To Ruelas. So Badgers get an opportunity to reset. Potter can't quite get to that one. Carlos Cadenas gets it though, up to Angel. Angel backing, trying to find some help. And that's going to be a foul on Jimenez. Challenge, I am sure, when you're trying to get to the ball and just it's a natural instinct to try to get the player away from you. As we'll have 4 substitutions for 3rivers Soccer Club. We have 17 is William a different number 6.
That's Eastless.
Eastless. So that's Fernando Eastless, or Francisco Eastless. Adrian Arengier, who has spent much of the first portion of this second half on the bench. And then number 11 was Justin O'Neill. Serving, trying to get it before it goes out of bounds, as Kipe does. So Eastless, header, They try to find Adrian on the other side. It goes beyond the end line and out of bounds. And it was an initial indication of a corner kick, but rightly so was corrected to a goal kick. 58th minute of this one. About 10 minutes or so away from a water break in this triple-digit temperature. Come on. To Reyes. Now they're finding some space. Ruelas looking. Finds Cuevas down the right side. Two defenders go with him, and he just loses the ball. Eastless with a nice defense. And then, I think, yeah, that'll be a foul on Cuevas. He acknowledges it. No fighting there. I'd imagine as a referee, it's kind of nice sometimes when the player's like, yep.
Oh, no,
That
Cuevas knew exactly what he was doing
That was
there.
me.
Cuevas had made, as a right back here, as a wing back, made a run deep into the corner, turned over of possession, had to get back, and you're better off fouling him there than sprinting back 80 yards and giving up a what could be a numbers even or numbers up counterattacking situation. So smart foul for him. And even Bonus didn't get the yellow card from it. Usually you see a yellow there stopping attacks like that intentionally.
Julian Reyes out wide. Finds Godinez to Ayman Shagroon. So Potter, the offsides flag goes up. Coming into the lineup now, is that Dylan? Is Dylan coming in to play? Yeah, because that number is not on there.
So I've heard rumors. I wasn't there. He came on as a sub in a game earlier this year in the second half and scored a goal.
Oh,
so
okay.
Look out for fireworks.
So Dylan Asasi changing in as number 19 for number 9. Now on the pitch is a forward or defender. It looks like he's in that forward line.
Yeah, or attacking center mid, something like that. Wherever the heck that goalkeeper wants to go is his probably position right now. And here he is sprinting forward. Look at his fresh legs, wants to score. Look at that.
I didn't have to run the whole first half.
Yeah.
Made a couple of nice stops in that first half.
And so often you'll see the goalkeepers, kind of the joke is they're all just frustrated forwards anyway. They got stuck in goal at some point of their life.
I feel like that's the same. I heard that when I was talking to one of the Tri-City Americans, kid who got drafted, Lucas Dragocevic, is a forward. He was a forward almost his entire career until a couple years before he got to the Americans, and was all of a sudden he's a defensive player. Yeah, Gasasi though, man, he is all over the field. Yeah, he's got to be a midfielder out of this. Some sort of center mid, attacking center mid, whatever it is. That ball go out of bounds. 3 Rivers. Francisco Islas as another substitution. This time it's going to be Kuyan Nunamaker coming in for Cole Kipe. One of the fun things that I think we got to see a little bit at the end, where you probably had wandered down to the field for your halftime interviews, was that we got to see Chase Potter going against one of his Pasco teammates, of which I'm sure there's more than a couple on the 3 Rivers team.
Mm-hmm.
But guys that he's only ever played with. Playing against here. Nice job there by Parents stepping up. Now it gets on the attack. Come on.
Throw.
Come on. Look, he's outpacing with the ball the defenders. He's trying to center it into the middle. It goes. Nice defense there, but
How about the quick distribution by Cameron Perrone to find that target 50 yards away from him on a dime? Picked his head up quick, got things going. No, man, you know when he gets the ball, he's going to take off.
yeah. Well, that's the thing that always impressed me, because it's been more years than I care to count since I played soccer in real life, but usually when you have the ball in FIFA, you are much slower than the defender. So to see Ivan just running down there with the control of the ball and just putting distance between himself and the defensive players. That's another substitution coming in. We're going to have 2 number 6s. This is not at all going to be confusing as Carlos Cadenas rotate in. He'll take the spot of Joel Diaz. I'm pretty sure in regular league play that would not be allowed.
Correct. Although there's ways around it. You tape a 1 there, all of a sudden they're 16 or 61.
Yeah.
Instead of buying the whole new uniform.
But in the friendlies like this, it's just kind of like,
Sure.
you know what, sure. It's a little different, I think, in something like basketball where you're identifying who you're guarding by their number. But yeah, as Reyes, he's going to try to let one go from distance. That goes wide left. 18 minutes into this second half, in the 64th minute now. A couple minutes away from a water break. Juan Daniel Gonzalez Aguilera, the goalkeeper out of Milton Freewater, getting an opportunity to play a little bit in goal for this 3rivers club. As we said in the first half, one of 5 Northeast Oregon players that make the trip up. But I suppose you get 2,000 kids, you're going to get them from all over. Potter, right side. 1-on-2. Gets past both of them and then kicked out of bounds. Nicely done there by William
Fantastic tackle there by William. He's got such great timing on his challenges. He's a bit undersized as a center back, but very smart player, very heads-up player, and times his approaches very, very well. You don't see him getting caught stabbing very often.
Little surprised that we're 65th minute at this point. The Badgers, they haven't had a real shot in recent opportunities. They had shots early, but they just haven't been able to crack this code yet.
Yeah, a little bit. You saw that Olympico goal that almost got scored earlier, and you see he's back at it too. Gonzalez Aguilera, he's how far out he was on that corner kick. So you will see the Badgers starting to press here because it is a friendly. You do want to keep people healthy for next weekend. Very big game, obviously, and in their league standings. But some of the pride comes into play. It's kind of like the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game when it's close at the end. All of a sudden, people turn it on type of deal. So don't be surprised if that happens here.
Defense is played at that point.
Right.
Coming into the lineup now, Alvaro Gonzalez. Another Pasco. 4 Pasco players on this 3rivers team. Well, I missed that if there was a second substitution, and I looked down to try to find who number 12 was, and we should probably come across it here at some point. Aaron Gear. Back finding Cadenas. Oh, there were some dreams there of Caleb Perot. Maybe being on the other end of that. And Carlos Cadenas. Something I'm noticing too, and I don't know if it's situational or stylistic, but Cameron has been quick to get the ball out of the goal. I'd imagine if it was a 1-0 Badgers lead, it'd be a different story, but he's very much, as again, able to clear the ball.
Yeah, and you will see that be situational for him. He's going to restart all the restarts as quickly as possible. Don't be surprised if Humberto Chavez starts sending a bench player down there, start fetching these balls that are at the end of the track as well, and try to get things moving as quickly as possible with them losing by 1 here in the 67th minute.
Alvarado will have the throw. The next minute or two, we will see a water break. Alvarado throws. Chavez, well blocked. Get against his man. Well, 1 versus 3. He'll get off of for the corner. See the official and see if he makes the indication. Out there talking to Berto Chavez. Probably just trying to... Well, that conversation was going on. No one was getting the soccer ball.
I think everyone thought they were going to water break, and I think they're going to play this corner first before that.
So we're going to cheat a little bit and get Jimenez some water. Yeah, I think that's what Berto wanted. I think he wanted the water break to happen there. Instead, we get a corner. I'd imagine if this gets cleared for a goal kick, we go to the water break. Reyes. So it's going to be curling out away from the goal. Instead, it's just a simple pass to Ruelas. He's going to try to go. Nice stop there by Gonzalez Aguilar. So, Sergio Ruelas with the attack. Can't get it to finish. Remains 1-0. Carlos Cadenas looks to his left. Pass finds the foot of Nunemaker. Well defended in the back by the Badgers. They almost had that Nunemaker breakaway. Still waiting for the official signal as Cameron Perrin with the grab. Sends it forward to Chavez. That's cleared into the stands over there.
Almost went to George Washington Way.
And that will be our water break. So they got it into the 69th minute. But with one ball lost, we'll have to send somebody up into the to the stadium, the empty side of Fran Rich, as you would surmise that it is all metal seating indirectly in the sun. That is a hot situation.
For sure. Yeah, no, good crowd here, but on the shade side of Fran Rich Stadium as these two teams head to the water break, and you got to think that the Badgers are going to start throwing numbers forwards here the last 20 minutes or so of this friendly.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Northwest Premier Auto Sales, dedicated to providing the ultimate automobile buying experience. We'd also like to thank Rocco's Pizza for supporting the Tri-Cities Badgers Football Club. So you're down to your final 20-ish or so, 20, maybe 25 minutes of this one. You have obviously a rooting interest in 3 Rivers, but let's look at either side as they get ready to come out of the water break. What do you want to see? What do you think Badgers FC needs to do? You talked about throwing numbers forward.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Humberto Chavez starts throwing numbers forward, maybe ends this game with one or two defenders, adding some more midfielders, some more forward in the mix, playing a bit more direct, maybe playing off somebody's head, looking for a flick onto the box in the 50-50. And if you're this 3 Rivers team, I think Abel Bautista is probably going to think about maybe going 5 in the back here and maybe playing more like a 5-4-1 even, just leaving one forward isolated up top, so he can chase left to right and keep those legs fresh. But again, it comes back to, is it a friendly? There is going to be some pride involved, I think, here with these Badgers guys. Probably average age of their roster, even though there's some young bucks like Jimenez just graduated and Alexander Martinez just graduated and those kids. But I think the average age here is more like 20, 21, and at the end of the day, you are losing a game, even if it's just a friendly. 1-0 right now, and there's 20 minutes left. So, and Chase Potter obviously just graduated, but you look at like Cameron Perrone. He's a grown man coaching college down there at Walla Walla University, and you've seen some excellent distribution from him as well this second half, 2 or 3 times where he's found a target quickly and got the Badgers going on a counterattack right after absorbing the 3 Rivers attack.
So players starting to go back onto the pitch. Perrone getting ready to head on down to his spot in the north end goal. And I do see that a couple of our younger fans have found their way to go up to... Well, if they can find it, they're not seeing it.
They're not seeing it.
They're also in the wrong section.
Yep. They need to go one to the left here.
Start going down the stairs to your right, kids. Down the stairs to your right. No, that's not where you went. Poor Alessandro's trying to direct them. I think we've discovered the soccer ball.
There we go. He's on it now.
There we go. We discovered the soccer ball. We're going to boot it. That's some courage right there. And he made it.
Right to him.
Yeah, like
right
literally,
to
like right to Alessandro, too. Alessandro, of course, getting what he can in terms of timing in for the Badgers, while recruiting and getting that CBC women's team ready to go. A team that has had just unbelievable success in recent years. The kind of success that earned your coach a job someplace else.
Yeah, happy for Amar Anderson, new gig as associate head coach down there at Grambling State University in Louisiana. Wishing the best to him and the best to Alessandro as he steps into that head coaching job at CBC. And like you said, they've had some pretty good success these past few years and really built a heck of a program there.
So Badgers will throw it in to start this post-water break. So you begin the 74th minute. Figure we'll go to about 95 or so. Somewhere in the 95 to 97 range in this one. And look at that. All of a sudden, all kinds of energy on the field after just a few minutes.
It's well tracked back by Chase Potter there to catch Lopez on the break. They're kind of a weird bouncing ball that Lopez picked up and ran through the midfield.
Also good to see Lopez up and back and ready. He left the game a little bit earlier after a collision down near this side of the field. I'm in down there. He's going to try to like just steal the ball and get it away. Hyman came to the Badgers through tryouts. They had a few guys that were college players, college coaches, that kind of idea, maybe some high school players, but Hyman came up as Perone in a whole heap of trouble. Axel into the middle, deflected by Perone. 3rivers can't get one past him.
Commentator's curse. I was just praising his distribution earlier and has a giveaway there at the edge of the box.
But a couple of these Tri-City Badgers were players that just impressed Berto and Alessandro in their tryout camp. Got the opportunity, and a team by almost every measure has had a pretty darn successful first season with one more regular season home game to go. Chavez into the box, well defended there. That'll be a corner. Don't quite see the number of the player that, I think that was William again. Yes, of course it was William So Reyes, opposite corner from us. This one will be an in swinger, a little toe tap, can't get it to go, or heel tap. Batters though, Alex Martinez tries to set one loose. Instead, they have to go all the way back near midfield. That's where things will sort of settle down. Cadenas, right side. Looking for something. They find Miguel Chavez in the middle. His pass stolen by Ooh. Trip, fall, and perhaps tired legs, or maybe even a bit of stagecraft. Gets the free kick for 3rivers. Gonzalez down. Between a couple of different players, Chase Potter gets it. And now Badgers again on the attack. Alvarado looking, trying to find Asasi. Well defended there. That was Alvaro Gonzalez.
Gonzalez really, really good in the air too. Reads the game well, cuts out those diagonal crosses quite often.
Tyler Axel trying to feed it up to O'Neill. Can't. Back to Potter. Wonder if it's weird for Chase to be on this field playing against, two or at least a few familiar faces that were on his side just mere weeks ago, a couple months ago.
Yeah, not just for high school, but for club as well. There's
Yeah.
some 2006 players in this group on this team today that he grew up playing with for so many years. He's actually an 05, but last year's U19 mixed in with the 06s.
Badgers still looking for the equalizer. Hyman right into the pocket of Gonzalez in goal.
Good safe hands there by Gonzalez, not allowing a rebound as well. He'll take his time getting this restarted.
He's going to end up with 3 or 4 saves out of this, just in a half. Cadenas rolling out left. Trying to find Madrigal, but can't. Instead now they work it. Oh, had Dunamaker just couldn't get it to him. Ruelas to Potter. Now they get it up to Asasi. Back to Potter. Going up against Justin O'Neill. Now to Iman, who just is so quick. What a look off the top post. Top of the bar, Reyes. Oh, what a find, and Asasi was there.
Wow, you
Look
saw
at this.
here's Amen just smoking Eastless here out wide, little outside of the foot cross, diving effort, sliding effort by the part-time goalkeeper, part-time forward. Asasi just couldn't get enough foot on it to keep it down, hits the end of his foot in the crossbar and comes back into play and then skied over in the end. But exciting attack there by the Badgers, and here with about 11 minutes to go in the 90 minutes, really probably one of their better opportunities of the game.
It really was. It ended up Asasi was there with nobody between him and the goal. And just, yeah, you have to time everything and balance everything perfectly, and just a little high. So 3 Rivers dodging one there. We'll have to be on the defense again with Badgers getting the throw in off the errant goal kick. And then quickly turn back over. But yeah, one of the more fun things about this Badgers team is Amen, and just when he turns it on.
And its straight line pace is phenomenal. Definitely, he's creeping up there in age as well, but still definitely has that straight line pace.
And it was such a great find from him too.
Mm-hmm. And he had to have a little technique there outside of the foot to deliver that. He couldn't take another step and deliver it left-footed. It was actually the correct choice. As he
down to Godinez.
Slips in Godinez
deep
here.
into the corner. Victor Godinez looking for something, anything. Harassed by Perrault. Centering pass dealt with by the defenders. But Badgers still on the offensive attack. Potter now into the corner. He tries to center it. Chavez the closest, but not the closest to the ball. As Jimenez gets it back, and again, Badgers another opportunity. Reyes out wide to Ruelas. By the way, at that last stoppage, 3 Rivers did make about a half a dozen substitutions. So they've got some fresh legs out there. Asasi to Reyes. Out wide to Alvarado. He's going to try to center it. That's going to go up and over everybody and out of bounds. The Tri-Cities Badgers FC thanks Juanito Foods for their support. And this SWX broadcast of the Tri-Cities Badgers FC is brought to you by Swift Rehab. So the clock's starting to really tick. I don't know. I feel like this kind of would be an upset. But maybe I'm underestimating just based on age. Maybe I'm going ageism the other direction.
But again, you have to look at the kind of the situation here and understand, like, for a lot of these youth players, this is a very, very big deal to them. The Badgers have been going all summer. This is kind of it's just a friendly. Obviously, like I said, there's pride involved though. But no, it take nothing away from the 3 Rivers team. They've been, as we see a cross here that Farhado's trying to keep in.
Yeah, Alvarado was trying as best he could.
Or Alvarado, sorry. And but no, upset. I not terribly, no, but yeah, this is, like I talked about earlier. This is a huge opportunity for these youngsters that are still in high school, 16, 17 years old. Most of them are.
And an opportunity to showcase a little bit in front of a team that maybe they'll be playing for next year.
Absolutely.
Berto and Alessandro are going to be watching a lot of these guys closely. Not that they weren't anyways, but they're certainly going to get as much of an up-close and personal look as they might all year. See things from the side of the field. 83rd minute here. Madrigal looking for some help. Again, 3 Rivers not in any real hurry at this point. They can start to take their time. That one defended and goes out of bounds off of Ruelas. And you hear the expression, take the air out of the ball, and that just generally means slow things down. Don't be in a rush. Time is your time is your ally, not your enemy. You'll see it in both sets of football, American football and European football. Soccer has now an open opportunity, kind of almost gifted to him from Gabriel Mendoza, and Chase, his former teammate, almost got a little turnover there.
Yeah, just a sloppy touch there by Potter, top of the box. Gabe looked down, said thank you very much. We'll have a go.
Rotating in now, Cole Kipe out of Hanford. Again, we have one more Badgers FC game on SWX that comes up Saturday at 4 o'clock. The top 2 teams in the East Division, Tri-Cities Badgers and Washington East Surf, battle it out. I don't know that if they make how many points you get for a forfeit. Sassi had an opportunity, just turned a little too much. Wonder if 3 Rivers getting a little bit tired. The leg's starting to go a little bit. Another substitution as the Nutamaker will come back in. Because Badgers FC's really could have used this game, game against Cultures United, potentially win, get 3 points.
They will get the 3 points. The only question is, some leagues do a 1-0 win, some do a 3-0 win, and
it becomes
and
goal
also
differential.
and then a lot of it, tiebreakers come down to that goal differential, that plus minus, which, like you said, the Badgers have been putting in goals and buckets all year. They did have one loss, 7-2. That's kind of a fluke there a couple weeks ago, and so that's kind of hurt their goal differential in the negative department. But scoring goals generally not a problem for this Badgers team. Obviously, today's been a bit different story. Had some good chances, just quite finished.
Cuevas will check back in for the Orange. Take the spot of Nathan Alvarado. When you're starting to see, there's really just a couple of defenders. The way this is lined up right now. And those defenders really trying to cheat up a little bit. Come on. Back out. Now they're going to go across the field to Alex Martinez. Out to Cuevas. Sassi's in there, and that one's going to be a throw-in just on this side of that flag. Well defended by Cole Kipe. Cuevas looking to throw. He's got Potter in deep near the box, a little over the head. Saucy Pro bicycle, no. Chavez can't get it to go either. Badgers starting to throw all they can at this one. Potter trying to split 2 defenders. No whistle.
Whoa.
And now Angel Cadenas going. Look at Jimenez trying to track him down. Cadenas looking out wide. And offsides is the call. Nutamaker down the right side just didn't hang up enough.
That response by him, and as he missed the first slide tackle, came down too early, went down too early. But his response, he was able to catch up to Cadenas and throw him off just enough, throw off the timing of Nutamaker's run.
Now again, Amon into the middle. Asasi there, well defended by Back on the attack, the Orange. The orange and black on the attack. Gonna go cross over to Alex Martinez.
Martinez has Cuevas to his right, in the middle to Ruelas. He's just going to turn and fire. Nice stop there. Not sure it was needed, but it was a nice stop there by Gonzalez. Ball goes opposite side of the field. Lamont, again, trying to use some of his strength. Nice defense right there by, I believe, that was Peralt. Oh, no, it was Nutemaker, actually. Now Cadenas, 1-on-2.
Whoa.
Oh, what a look and what a find. Joel Diaz can't get it to score. Now it's Nutemaker's turn. And Perron there. Boy, Joel Diaz would have put this one away right there.
This game has really opened up now. With Badgers pushing so many players forward, you saw the counter there by 3rivers. It originally was a 1v1. Jimenez did well to slow him down. Cadenas waiting for the run of Joel Diaz to make it a 2v1. Couldn't quite finish.
Badgers are just getting a little loose with the ball right now. Cadenas just going to kick it in.
Yeah, he's looking to chip Perron there, but Perron had a heck of a save there to shut down that previous attack as well. And a lot of players running out of gas here the last few minutes.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing right. This is truly the end of the NBA All-Star game. Nobody has any energy left.
This is where you empty the gas tank and give it everything.
Alex Martinez now taking it down the right side. He's going to try to cross, handled by William and out of bounds. Substitution will bring in Tyler Axel. Axel comes in. I think that's for Joel Diaz.
Diaz going to be kicking himself for
Yeah.
not being able to finish that. It was a heck of a save by Perron, though.
Potter can't get to it now. Isasi trying to attack the middle of the field, and a collision there. That ball will be cleared out of bounds.
Looks like
Alvaro Gonzalez to the ground.
you hope this is just a cramp here. Looks like it is. Both players, both Asasi and him, came flying in for that 50-50 that was dropping in the box there. As he waved off the sub, looks like they were going to sub for him. He said, "Nope, I'm good. Thank you very much."
Alvaro Gonzalez, he wants to play.
He's going to dig deep and finish his last 30 seconds plus stoppage time.
3rivers heads up. Here come the Badgers. Reyes going to find Alex Martinez down towards the corner. And he doesn't get the corner kick, but he does get a throw in. Not that he had the best balance there to try to get that corner. So here comes Sergio Ruelas. Finds Potter again deep in the box. Tries to spin off the back kick. Heel. Amon tried to get in there. Can't. Jimenez. Badgers remain in control. Victor Godinez. Even Cameron Perron is quarter of the way up the field.
Try to Rabona from there. Behind his standing foot there.
So, 3rivers as we get into stoppage time, which is really water break time at this point. Has Perron out deep. And take it. Walk up. To Asasi. He can't control it. It goes through the back line. Goal kick. '92nd minute here. I'd imagine 5 minutes of stoppage time. This was the indication from the head referee. So we'll go somewhere around the 95th minute. It's always a little imprecise. Reyes has it, so just 4 minutes or so left in this one. But the Badgers try to find the equalizer. Reyes. Lots of space in the middle of the field, looking out wide. Ruelas has it. Chavez will find him. Ruelas. A lot of white in that box. Ruelas trying to get by Kipe. Does. Kipe, though, clears it off the back line, so it will be a corner to the Badgers. Reyes working his way over to the corner. And even Perron out of the goalie box will come over and offer an offensive option. So Reyes into the box. I think that was Perron with the header. Couldn't get it to go through. So that's a goal kick. And Cameron Perron, the long jog back to the other side of the field. About 2.5, 3 minutes remaining. What a fun opportunity, and better even so for 3Rivers if they're able to pull out the victory of this one. Lots of things for Badgers to work on. And I'd imagine maybe a little bit, if it were a league game, handled quite differently. Cuevas to Reyes, trying to find something. Where is the movement? He's going to try to get to Cuevas in the corner. That's a little bit far, so that'll be a throw-in for 3Rivers. So, time as the substitution will come in. But again, we're looking at a situation here where you're 90 or so seconds away from the final whistle. So things got to start happening for the Badgers. The handball comes off of 3Rivers. So Reyes again, and again Perron working his way down the field. Reyes this time from the 44-yard line at Fran Risch. Is this the last gasp opportunity for the Tri-Cities Badgers? Reyes looking at a sea of white and orange in the air, handled right nicely by Juan Daniel Gonzalez Aguilera. Found the right spot. So 3Rivers, a late opponent opportunity against the Badgers after Cultures United had to forfeit this particular game. And 3Rivers, the late team substitution, going to be the opportunity to look like they got this one, to be able to pull this one out. One more sub potentially. Carlos Madrigal on the sideline ready to go as the ball cleared away. Madrigal will come in. So Ruelas will throw it at the 25. Potter in the middle, that's where he looks. Instead, it ends up on the foot of Asasi. Out to Chavez, it cleared away. Nicely done there by Caleb Perrault. Another opportunity though for the Badgers. Quickly on the attack, Ruelas has it, left side. Looking, trying to find anything. Well defended there by 3Rivers. They'll get it out front. Now there's just a whole bunch of space as trying to go through. Oh, they're offside. There's a call. That was Gabriel Mendoza trying to find his way down. Up to Chase Potter now. Potter trying to blast it into Asasi, and that one's going to go all the way through the end line for a goal kick. Now we wait. This game will end at any minute. The main referee looking at his watch. Indicated a 1. I don't know if that meant there was 1 minute of stoppage time left. That time kept on the field. And again, it's sometimes a bit imprecise. William clears it outside and prevents the corner, perhaps more importantly. 3Rivers calling for the final whistle. Badgers hoping one more opportunity. Cuevas into the mixer. Asasi trying to bicycle kick it.
Can't get it. Chase Potter clears. Left foot blocked by Gonzalez. And cleared away by Adrian. And that's it. The whistle blows. The final whistle blows. Unbelievable kind of stirring events. The Tri-Cities Badgers beaten by an opponent they had to find on Thursday. This Three Rivers club, though, they're coming off a great run in Hawaii when their season ended, and they're getting ready for their big college showcase. And congratulations to those young men. A lot to like from both sides. Obviously, some things you're going to have to work on with the opportunity and find out who Jason's going to get a chance to talk to. Looks like it's going to be Berto Chavez, the head coach, and just he threw everything they could there at the end, and unfortunately they couldn't get it. So let's go down to Jason, who's got nope, no, we're not ready yet. So we'll wait till Jason is ready. But all right, let's go down to Jason, who's got Berto Chavez.
Thanks, Kevin. I'm here with head coach Humberto Chavez. Fortunately, got a game today. Obviously, result didn't want to, or not the way you wanted it to go, but it seems like everyone stayed relatively healthy as you look forward to next week's matchup.
No, yeah, definitely. 3rivers gave us a good game. I think 3rivers is one of the best clubs in Eastern Washington, getting players to the next level. So it obviously showed today, you know.
And speaking about your guys, obviously 100 degrees today, and it was a battle for everybody. We did have the unlimited substitutions, tried to stay fresh. What was your kind of take on how your boys performed today, and what you want to look for kind of going forward to next week?
I don't think we played the way we wanted to play. I mean, obviously the heat was a factor today, but we responded well in the second half. We created more goal-scoring opportunities, which was a perfect scenario just in case we go down next weekend. We're ready to adjust if we need to.
Thanks again, Humberto. Appreciate it, and good luck next week against Surf. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you so much, Jason. We'll take a. That's obviously disappointing there for Roberto. I know he'd love to come out. You want to win everything, no matter friendly or league games. You want to win them all, but unfortunately, not always going to be the case. So we'll take a timeout here. When we come back, we'll have highlights from this one. Just one goal scored, but plenty of great saves, great opportunities, and the goalie's really shining in this one. We'll take a timeout. Again, your final: 3 Rivers 1, Tri-Cities Badgers nothing. You're watching soccer on SWX. Welcome back into Friend Stadium. Again, your final 3 Rivers 1, the Tri-Cities Badgers nothing. And let's look at some highlights from this one. And it's really highlights of the goalies. I mean, the goalies were on point pretty much throughout this one. You could see Gonzalez there, another stop. Now, he ended up around 6.
He was busy that second half as we had a giveaway here, and Perone dealt with it very, very well. And here's the almost chance by Asasi hitting the crossbar.
Yeah, there was a lot of Badgers attack right there, particularly in the second half of the second half, but then it really started to open up. Joel Diaz, nice stop there by Cameron Perone, who, by the way, I watched because he was ever the college coach, because he went to every single one of those kids on the 3 Rivers team, congratulate them, thank them.
Of course. Always working.
Made sure you saw the face so
Absolutely.
that, when he comes calling on you.
Yep, absolutely.
Come down and play a little soccer Walla Walla.
But he did great, just like not only shot blocking, but in distribution. He had the one giveaway, but then it was fun to see him at the end of the game getting in the box, trying to score and almost making some damage happen there in the box. But that was it was a good showing and a fun game for the neutral for sure.
So your 3 Rivers come out on top. I had the kids at Badger are pretty happy about that one. You want to win every game, but it's probably in particular so when it's something unique like this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And if you look at the age of these kids, versus a lot of them a lot of them were freshmen coming up, 8th graders coming up into high school when these current Badger players were the varsity guys that they were looking to kind of fill the roles of and take, stand in their shoes in a couple years. And so it's fun to see once you're kind of a certain age, anybody can play against anybody type of deal. And they were fearless, absolutely fearless today. And like Humberto and I talked about in the post-game interview, the biggest thing is outside of a couple cramps, I think everyone for the most part is pretty healthy going towards next week for the Badgers and playing against Surf in a 1 versus 2 matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one. That is, of course. We do have a hot replay of this game. That's coming up on Monday, tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. It says Cultures in there. That's because until like yesterday, until very recently, we were expecting them to play Cultures United. That is going to be a replay of this particular game tomorrow at 6:30. Coming up next Saturday on July 13th, we will have the regular season home finale, Washington East Surf against the Tri-Cities Badgers. East Surf 1 point in the lead over right now the Badgers, assuming that the Badgers get their 3 points for the forfeit win. So, boy, you cannot ask for a better end of regular season, or at least home portion at the end of the regular season, than playing the top team for first place.
For sure, and Spokane coming down here, and I think this is a great game to prep for that because I think it's still going to be pretty warm next weekend as well.
Oh yeah.
So why not go out here and get 90 minutes against some high school age players, and they're going to give you a good challenge. So they'll be very ready for when Surf comes down from Spokane in that 1 versus 2 matchup. Looking forward to it.
I cannot thank enough the crew that helped us put on this event, because Jason and I are in mostly air-conditioned areas. It's not totally air-conditioned, but it is. The crew, however, out on the field, up in the truck and all this stuff. So big thanks to them for hanging out, doing all this, and hopefully we didn't hurt you all too bad. I want to say thank you to all of them. Thank you to you as well for watching. For my partner, Jason Quintero, I'm Kevin Rounce. Have a great rest of your Sunday.